up, everybody? Waiting for everybody to fall through. You know what I'm saying? Top of the doohickey for me. I don't know about y'all, but I had a late night. You know what I mean? So I'm up, sipping my coffee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My coffee. You feel me? So today is the first day. Here we go. Here, my man, right here. We gonna go right now. Big homie.
What up, word?
What's up with it, big dog?
We active.
We active, man. I see you got. I had to throw my A hat on for you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's crazy, man. Like, you know how that shit link up like that. I love it. I love it when they lock up like that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, man, this is a special thing for me, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time doing, kicking off my little talk show, and it's a blessing to have you as my first guest. You know what I'm saying? So, this shit is some real shit going on right here. For real, for real.
Well, definitely, man. Salute to you. You know what I mean? And let's make this the first of many, many more successful ones. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. Definitely. So
this look like this gonna be the new wave. You know what I mean? Like just everybody just getting on. Like the real ones. Like communicating, connecting. You know what I mean? Like and talking that talk.
Real spill right there. There it is. You know what I mean? And it's because it's like I notice a lot of cats, man, and no shade to anybody that does their podcast thing or interview radio shit, but it's not a lot of cats that's really from the streets that do this shit. You know what I mean? The homie Tax Stone, free my boy Tax Stone, he was a real one. He, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like somebody from our perspective got to be doing this shit rather than, you know what I'm saying, somebody that ain't really from where we from. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, welcome. You know what I mean? Like, make sure we we represent the balance. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
When people got the option and the alternative, man, they want to tune into what's real. You know what I mean? And what's right. You feel me? What's real, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah.
What's up with you though, King? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm staying out the way. I'm staying inside. I've been working on a lot of shit, and I just been using this time as an opportunity to to try different things and venture out, man. And I look at somebody like you as a big inspiration for that, man, because I feel like you one of those people that you can't put a box around you. You can't limit CeeLo Green to one thing. Like the way you came into the game with Goodie Mob is classic hip hop. The way you took that and went into your solo career, into Gnarls Barkley, into being a host of one of the biggest TV shows. I look at that and I see a lot of myself in that, and because it's like what I'm doing, it's not just rap and producing. I'm getting into film. I'm getting into, doing a podcast. I'm getting into clothing, and it's no limit to what you can do with this shit. And I feel like you somebody that has showed, real motherfuckers that this can be done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I definitely wanted to do what I could do, to be an example of what was possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from where we coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was really important to me, to become an alternative and an alternative routing. You know what I mean? Like as a means to get there. Everybody trying to get there to that destination. And you determine and you define what success is to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But success ultimately is stability. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like you want to be able to provide. We all men at the end of the day trying to provide, you know what I mean, like for families. You know what I'm saying?
That part. Part. Yeah,
so
man.
So really it's that one simple, that one simple motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really much deeper than that. You know what I'm saying?
real talk, man, and I totally agree with that, man. And it's just dope to see that, you know, and that to me, you was one of the first cats to really do that in transition. Like, you know what I'm saying? The crossover was crazy. That was a crazy crossover. Like, I don't think too many really still to this day have done it like that from Goodie Mob to The Voice. You know what I'm saying? That's a real crossover right there, man. So salute to you on that. And you know,
Thank you, bro.
so man, let's talk
You know, I
about
appreciate that coming from you. See, a
yeah,
lot of people,
yeah, man.
a lot of people might tune into this and they think it's random. They ain't even knowing, you know, we
How we
like
met.
this. You know, man?
Yeah, why don't you let them know how we met, man?
Man, well, I love telling these backstories, man, because like
This
it's
what
so
HoodTales
interesting.
is about.
They're so entertaining. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like me and Worthy, we met in LA. LA, we was out on the turf, man. What's that, Gower? You know what I'm saying?
on
Roscoe's Chicken
Gower.
and Waffles. The one on Gower. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm sitting there. He walks in with the big homie Mitchie Slick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Hmm.
San Diego. Shout out to L Gang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the homies out there.
Yeah. And you know, it was love at first sight. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Real talk.
You was with my old, so it was nothing else to be explained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And we was locked in for life after that. And then
Yeah,
and then you knew where I was from, and you know we had a lot of other mutual homies. Shouts out to Big Y. Shouts out to Wacko. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, we ended up being on the same project, the evolution of banging on wax. So you know things is just meant to be, man. And real motherfuckers is always gonna link up. You know what I mean? That's how I believe. So that was just that. That's what it was, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
it's inevitable. You know what I mean? Like we gotta but establish those mediums of where we can identify with each other and communicate. You know what I'm saying? And show solidarity. You know what I mean? Camaraderie. You know, it ain't got to be a lot of the small talk and the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like all the negative shit I be seeing niggas be on a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, real shit, real
Just
shit.
so we speaking the bill today, man. You know what I mean? So like it's whatever you want to touch on in the dress room, whatever you want to talk about.
I mean, yeah, that's that. You know what? I got so many things to ask you, and it's like, you know, because me, first of all, even though that you's my real friend and homie, it's just your career and your music. I've always been a fan, man, and I know you got an early start. You know, and you was raised around music. You came up in the church, and I feel like when I was first introduced to Southern hip hop. I remember Goodie Mob. I remember seeing the Soul Food music video and being from the West Coast and really understanding like as a kid, like, oh no, this is different. This is they from out there and this shit is
Right.
very soulful. So, you know, just talk about your influences as far as music go and how that transcended into Goodie Mob and into the way y'all do your shit and Dungeon Family and everything, because the sound is so unique. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a special collective. You know, I would like the people to hear that from you.
All right. I try to make a real long story short, but but interesting.
Yeah,
Um, we we all knew each other from the neighborhood. As far as Dungeon Family is concerned, a couple of the brothers I knew longer than others. Like I knew Timo from Goodie Mob. Um, he grew up a street over from my grandmother's house, so his family's home was a street over. So I known him since we was little peewees. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Um, and then also I've known Andre 3000 since the third grade. So we went to elementary school together. Then also Backbone from Dungeon Family. He's one of the earliest members, you know what I mean, like, first generation Dungeon Family that I had known the longest, but the other brothers, Big Gibb, shouts out to Big Gibb, shouts out to OG Cujo,
yeah,
them was the older homies, who I I heard of their legend. You know what I'm saying? You know that, you know, in the you know, like Cujo come up brawling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So that was his claim to fame. You know what I mean?
He
So
had them hands.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, he a real roadhouse type nigga for real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shout out to the big dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, but me, you know, BG status, you know, at the time, you know, I'm making my name, you know what I'm saying, making my bones.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of really, really unique, you know, and really, you know, it's magical how we came together to do music, because we was all recognized for other things, man, like, you know, that we was involved in at the time, and it wasn't music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a mutual friend named Killer B who had an original demo tape when Timo and Cujo began as the Goodie Mob Lumberjacks. So that was
Wow.
the first incarnation. You know what I mean? And he had one of their demos, and I was like, I said, so, you know, this. So Cujo's given name is Willie Knight. So I'm like, this. He said, this Willie themselves, Willie and T-Boo. So like in the hood, Timo went as T-Boo. So
T-Boo,
anyway,
yeah.
you know, so through another mutual friend later on that summer, you know, it was a homie Glenn Cook. He and you know, shouts out to OG Cook, man. He just came home from doing a 10-year bid. He just got home, so shout out to Cook.
Welcome home.
But everybody used to go to his house. He had one of them houses where, you know, if you was cutting school or whatever the case may be, like, you know, it was always something going on, whether it was the pool table or the pool, or just, you know, niggas just hanging out drinking 40s and shit. He just had that kind of vibe over his house.
Yeah.
So we end up battling, man. Like, you know, Cujo walks around the corner, and it was kind of like a battle, but it was really like it was friendly thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he was like, I heard you rhyme. I'm like, yeah, I heard you rhyme. And so he's like, okay. So we end up going at each other over the instrumental Quick's Groove. You remember that from
Come on, those was my shit.
Yeah.
Quick Groove 1.
Yeah. Boom, boom,
Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, we went at it over that, you know what I'm saying, back and forth. And then, you know, it was kind of sealed. But we still from different times and different people kind of introduced us to organized noise. And so one time we end up going, I ended up going over to the dungeon, and I was introduced by some other homeboys of mine. And he said, man, you got to meet these dudes. He was on the phone. He was at Greenbrier Mall. Greenbrier Mall is famous mall, you know, like in Atlanta, Georgia, South Side. That's my neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people was discovered over there. Criss Cross was discovered over there from Jermaine Dupri and what have you. But anyway, my homeboy was on the payphone. He was like, yo, I'm trying to call over to the dungeon now. I know they over there. Shouts out to Fat Keith and Marquez Eldridge. Marquez ended up writing Waterfalls for TLC. So Marquez was on the phone, and my homeboy Fat Keith introduced me to him. He was like, yo, my homeboy sing and he rhyme. So he took me outside. I sang for him. I rhymed for him. He was like, He said, like, yeah, you know, he said, I'm actually calling the homies over here at the studio. He said, man, like, I know they there. The music is probably just up loud or some shit. So he was like, yo, my Fat Keith was like, yo, we give you a ride over there. So I ended up going over there. I sang for Sleepy Brown, rhymed for Sleepy Brown. Listen, you know, oh, damn, man, there's so many elements to the story, but I'm leaving shit out. All right,
Come
so
on,
look,
I need to hear it all. Come on.
all right, so look, me and 3000, we hadn't seen each other since elementary school. So I ended up dropping out of school, and around the 11th grade, I went to what's known as an alternative school, Frank McLaren Alternative School. It's like for dropouts, for single parents, teenage parents, just trying to get their diploma and you know, and that kind of shit. So so I met him there, you know, and I was like, oh shit. I mean, like, so it turns out
that's where you met Andre at.
Yeah,
No.
well, after years, I hadn't seen him in
After
years.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was over there, you know, he was kind of, you know, basically dealing with the same circumstances. I mean, you got that art shit swirling around in you. You just looking for the outlet. You mean, like, and everything else is at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's just, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't concerned about school. I wasn't concerned about none of that. You know what I mean? just concerned about surviving, getting it how I live, and music. You know what I mean? Which was my love. You know what I mean? So with that, we was working, and I introduced him to the homeboy. I was working with a crew called the GA Style at that time. So
GA
rest in peace
style.
to DJ Wynn. He was a local sensation here in Atlanta, and they was the first brothers that gave me a formality. They officialized the endeavoral part of trying to aspire to be. So we was all working jobs, pooling money together to buy studio time and stuff like that. So those are the kind of friends we were. They were older. And the homie, his name is Ali Al. He ended up it was DJ Wynn and Ali Al. That was their crew. And then we became the GA Style. Ali Al ended up marrying my sister. So he's my brother-in-law now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I introduced them to them first. It worked for a little bit. We tried some stuff, but then I remember Drake came to me and said, like, yo, we found these other dudes. They nasty. So then one time they came up to the school with the Lxve t-shirts on, and they was like, yo, we about to get signed to Lxve, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. So I was loyal to GA Style at the time, but anyway, I'm trying to make this shit short, man. But
good.
Going back to the night, I ended up at the dungeon.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I'm rhyming for Sleepy Brown. Then Rico Wade walks in the door with Dre and Big Boy.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And Dre says, yo, that's the homie I was telling you about, do all the story rhymes. See, back then, all I rap was like, I was like into Slick Rick and Dana Dane, and you know what I mean? Those who I was patterning my style after. So I just wrote stories. You know what I'm saying? So it turns out this was who they were talking about. So these were the guys that it was like he had got so excited about, you know what I mean? And it was gonna get them the deal. So I end up in the right place at the right time, you know what I mean? And so then the next time I remember when I was battling Cujo, some other homies of mine, Killer B, the one that played me Cujo's demo, and the other big homie JD, who ended up passing, man, rest in peace JD. They end up managing me for a short stint of time, and they took me out to Jermaine Dupri's crib one night.
Okay.
And we went to the it was a crisscross video he was shooting for All Right, the one with Super Cat, all tight, everything is all tight. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah. So we ended up shooting out there. Then we ended up shooting over to the dungeon. And they was thinking they was taking me to the dungeon for the first time, but I had already been over there. So when we pulled back up, I was like, damn, I've been over here before. So, but on this night in particular, Cujo and Gip and Timo and all them was over there. I'm like, whoa, I mean, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So from seeing Dre and Big them over there to seeing the other homeboys from the neighborhood, it was like, oh shit. So it was like family. And we just, after that, I moved over there.
Straight up to the dungeon.
I just moved over there, man. Like, shouts out to Rico Wade. Rico, he really saved our lives, man. Rico was like, he's like the real elder, man, a real OG, man, a real big homie. You know what I mean? Opened up his doors. He was there, like his mom, two sisters, and there was 13 or 14 dudes, strangers off the street. We didn't really know each other all of that well, besides the relationships that I'm telling you about. So that's kind of what made it comfortable. But for him to open up his doors, we all slept on the floor. We might wouldn't. I'm telling you, we keeping it rugged and raw. Might not bathe for a week, brush your teeth for a week. None of that. I mean,
you know how it is. Yeah.
Just over there smoking, ciphering, listening to the beats, writing. You know what I'm saying, you feel me? Whatever we was doing, and that eventually came. The music of Outkast and Goodie Mob. It was just a product of that initial environment. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Rico where he saved a lot of brothers' lives, man.
Wow. Well, it's amazing, man. And just that collective, man, what y'all did with Dungeon Family, like, I mean, it's the music that came out of that, the groups that came out of that, I mean, it's amazing. It was a big influence and inspiration to my music, and you could hear all the influence. You could hear the South, you could hear the church, you could hear the funk, and it's just so raw that y'all came up like that in a house, really just, you know, from the mud, from the ground up, and did it like that, and to see where it went is amazing, man. Real grassroots shit.
From real mud, bro. The dungeon is in a crawl space, so it wasn't even nowhere to sit down. You know what I mean? Like if you were
Y'all
sitting
had
down,
to.
you were sitting there. You were sitting down on. There was this old Recaro car seat. You know what I mean? Like they came out of a Volkswagen Rabbit or something. You know what I mean? Like that was the only chair that was there, man. Like it was dirty, rats, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But it was a beautiful struggle. You know what I mean? Beautiful struggle. You know what I mean? And everybody was hungry. You know what I mean? So me, Dre, and Big Boy, we all the same age. You know what I'm saying? And initially, there was, you know, some small talk about me possibly being a third member of Goodie Mob. So that was a conversation. That's a fact. If you ever heard that anywhere, that's a fact. But you know, we never went forward with that. But
you mean Outkast? I think you said Goodie Mob.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, I meant Outkast.
So
I was supposed to be. Yeah, it would have been.
Wow.
Imagine that, man. Me, Dre, and Big, man. Like that shit would have been wrong.
Well, one of my favorite records, period, is Liberation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And it's not listed on there, but that's Erica on there, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean that's an incredible record, man. But I you know, you being the third member of Outkast, that would have blown people's minds, man. But I just feel like everything, the whole way y'all shit is structured and came about is ill, man. And
But then you may have never gotten Goodie Mob though. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
So you know, them was the big homies, and I mean like Gip was a solo artist at the time. He was just coming out of a group called the East Point Chain Gang. It was him and Cool Breeze and another group with a couple of other homies. Shout out Chief, shout out OZ, shout out Cap One. Cap One is Southside's father, producer Southside, 808 Mafia. So it's like that's our family. You know
wow. Yeah.
The same way Future is Rico Wade's cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That blew my mind when I was like, so Future was part of the dungeon. Like, damn.
Yeah. So all them young homies come up under us.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, you know, so the big bros that was a little older than me, but you know me, I kind of jumped off the porch a little earlier too. You know what I'm saying? So I fit right in with them, you know, because I was running with them in real life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So man, when I was coming up, man, like my life would remind you of Sweet Pea from Baby Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Omar Gooding's character.
Yeah.
So I was kind of torn between, you know, having that conflict, you know what I mean, like that internal conflict, having that good and that evil energy, you know what I'm saying? And both of them tugging at you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of where that spiritual, those tones come from. You know what I mean? Like, and both my mother and father were ministers as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was a little bit of torment as a kid. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? For sure.
You
know, but I was able to put that energy somewhere constructive. You know what I mean? As opposed to, you know, the opposite. You know what I mean? As opposed to destructive.
Right. And real shit, you know? Man. And that's
there you have it, man.
Thing.
There you have it. We went on to become the Goodie Mob was really only supposed to be like a compilation album initially because it was just a way to kind of get everybody heard at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to like Southern Playalistic, you know, the song off of Outkast first album, he was like, you know, Dre was like, Big Gip, Goodie Mob, P8, Outkast, Southern Playlist. You know what I mean? So we wasn't even the Goodie Mob yet.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, me and Gip was featured on Get Up, Get Out, Get Something. Cujo and Timo was featured on Call of the Wild with me on the hook. You know what I mean? And so LaFace Records was new. You know, they had this overnight success with Outkast. And they was like, okay, shit, man, Organized Noise, what's next? And they like, shit, like, you know, we're going to come with these boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, good. Goodie Mob. So everybody was in the Goodie Mob initially. You know, before we started calling it the Dungeon Family, we called it the collective, the Goodie Mob. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
the history and the street cred was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that, we all made amends with it as a means to consolidate, our efforts, our energy, and to push the line. And we was able
Yeah.
to do that successfully. So LaFace didn't have any idea what they was kind of like, of what to expect. They would, they can only hope that we would be similar to Outkast, but we were, we were different. You know what I'm saying? Like we were a little left of center. You know what I'm saying? Like, or a little right of
Definitely.
center. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So with that, it works. You know what I'm saying? We end up, coming up with our own little energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we succeeded at having 3 consecutive gold records and that's the business on that.
Man, real spill right there, homie. I really enjoyed hearing that, and I'm sure the rest of the people did as well, man. I mean, legendary shit, man. Real talk. I mean, that's just a beautiful thing to see how that all came about, and and then as your career went on, just from that alone to just your solo career is crazy, man. So
Yo, I see I was looking at some of the comments when you was posting that I was gonna come on with you. Niggas
yeah,
like mad at me. Some niggas like, yo, if he don't come on in the all gold outfit, I'm gonna be upset.
you already know, man. But shit, man, a lot of the homies was really happy about this, man, and it's a pleasure sitting down with you and be able to chop it up like this, man. And for me to just soak up game and hear these stories and share them with people, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do this again. We got to keep this shit going. You know what I mean? And
Nah, no doubt. I try to be a little bit more, concise, man, and to the point, man. Like it's a lot of ground that we could cover, man. Like, cause I
a
know you,
whole lot.
I want to, I definitely want to be represented in the right way for the audience that's chiming in. They got a lot of questions, a lot of things that they would like to know. So I want to make sure that we cover as much as we possibly can.
Definitely, man. And it's like, that's what this is about, man. Like I said, HoodTales, a conversation between friends, man. So it's like we could talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. You know what I mean? But I think that was very informative, and I think a lot of people would like to know about those grassroots and the way that shit came up, man. It's funny. One of the homies from Barson, Westside Pyro, had tapped in, and he's like, "Blood." He's like, "You gotta ask CeeLo how he saved Andre's life." And I said, that happened. I said, "I don't know." I asked,
Oh, you
Blood.
know about that?
He said he
Well,
did. He said, "Yeah." I
yeah.
don't know if you want to share that. Go ahead.
Well, put it like this. Um, you know, if Big and Dre was Chuck and Flav, the Goodie Mob was the S1Ws. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So,
Yes.
so, um, we definitely, held it down for Dungeon Family. You know what I mean? Because a few of us was coming from some real reputations elsewhere.
Yes.
And, it's not something that I ever really wanted to glorify, spoke in too much detail on. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
definitely it's one of them things, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? But, it sounds ridiculous, man. Like people would be so, they would be blown away. They'd be so surprised, man. But anyway,
No, don't trip. We ain't gotta go into it, man. And you
I just
wanna
have to laugh, man. I have to laugh, man, because um, because sometimes people judge by, what you do for entertainment. You know what I mean, and all of that. They just can't possibly know. You know what I mean? So I empathize with people when they get me fucked up, a little bit.
hey, and I'm telling you this, and I done heard this from a lot of reputables and a lot of OGs from your era, and they was like, nah, CeeLo and the Goodie Mob and them, nah, them wasn't the dudes you wanted to play with. Like, they them some real dudes right there. You know what I'm
Yeah, for
saying?
sure.
Like that. I know that because I done heard it from the right
Yeah,
ones.
man.
Like, you know what I mean? But it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it is what it is. But if you know, you know, one of those
No
things.
doubt. But look, I'm gonna tell you the story though, man, because it wasn't really all that. But
Okay.
I don't know if we ever spoke on this, man. But it was just one time, like when Outkast, when they was new, you know, they was kind of, you know, that first album, they was really talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like Outkast kind of came out of thin air. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, because they weren't really moving around in the street in that kind of way. Like, Big was from Savannah, Georgia. You know what I mean? And Big is like a fucking genius, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, like, they wasn't on no street shit here. You know what I'm saying? Like, no shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, neither was Drake, for that matter.
Yeah.
But I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so the other homies was, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
so with that, I tell you the story. So, and this ain't no laughing matter, man. So like, Big had a situation of where some dudes in his subdivision had got at him with some gunplay. You know what I mean? Like they, you know, some niggas really tried to do him dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, one night. You know what I mean? And you know, we had to rectify that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but with the Dre situation, we was able to, before anything was able to transpire, this school I was telling you about I used to go to, it's an alternative school. And it's in College Park, Georgia. You know what I mean? So, you know, you had a thing called the College Park Projects, like right around the corner from the school. So I made some relationships there. And a homeboy named Quelo. I'm gonna say his name because Quelo dead now, man. Like God bless the dead, but
Rest
you
in
know, Quelo
peace.
was a real one. He was a taker like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we was introduced on that page. You know what I'm saying? You know, so with that, one time I was riding with Dre. We was on Old National. So this is where 2 Chainz, where Ludacris, you know, a lot of the homies is from off Old National. So it's like a strip. I mean, it's damn near like, it's like the Crenshaw of Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that, we up there at the liquor store, and Dre had just got this baby blue Cadillac, and we at the liquor store, and I seen the homie Quelo, and I'm knowing him, and I know what he do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Dre gets out to go grab some liquor out the store, and you know, I see him creeping up the quarter panel of the car. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like he want to touch him or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen him in the rearview mirror, and I jumped out the car. And I'm like, yo, what's happening, homie? What's happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when we recognize, he said, oh, okay, you know what I mean? This you. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. You mean like,
Yeah.
don't do that? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it was real simple like that. And it's something that I don't even know how the homie even knew about that one, but like maybe we mentioned it somewhere else before. But yeah, then we overheard somebody wanted to touch him and rob him or some shit. So like, you know, we had to
Step in.
space some shit up. Yeah. We had to step in and intervene, man. But
Man.
I know that shit is hard to believe, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like all of the wild shit I've been able to pull off with the art shit. But see, people don't understand my art give you a different kind of license. Like I'm really truly not a civilian. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a civilian at all.
You feel
You
me?
know what I mean?
Yes, man. And it's like, don't get it fucked up, man. But that's the beautiful thing, man. And it's like art can let you be somebody else, man. And it's like, you know, I love this
Somebody
show.
asked me how long I know the Booyah tribe. You see what I'm saying? You talking about
See
Barson. You talking
that
about family. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me and mine right there. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I've been with them 20 years.
a dub. You feel me?
You know what I'm
Longer
saying?
than half of these dudes on here been banging or active. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is real shit, man. And that's what I'm telling you. Like the stories I heard is from cats from that generation that only spoke very highly of you in that manner. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, if you don't know now, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah,
That's why I had to tap in with you, man, so we could clear some of the air on that. You know what I mean? Like
I love it.
I see my Aki, man, Gangster Roll, my Gangster Nitty, you know, checking in from Philly, man. That's my homie Tone Trump people.
Salute to the Phillies. I see my boy Kiki from the hood in here. Shouts out to all the homies. I mean, it's yeah, man. I see, yeah. So it's a lot of real niggas in here right now, man. It's
For
a lot of
sure.
real niggas in here. So
Yeah, we can talk that talk. And look, I don't want to get the us even talking about the Outcast thing like misconstrued. There's no
nah,
bullshit on that, man. Like you talk about a 30-year-old story, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I only brought that up just because I thought it would be interesting, and that's no yeah, like that you know, we just talking real shit, man. That's
Now,
all.
people need to know though. I just want to make sure I just give them disclaimers. You know what I mean? Like, because it's never to be talking too much or throw the homies up under the bus and no shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was all very respectful, man, and it's yeah, man. But shit, man, this shit been cool, man. I'm looking at all the homies that's active in this motherfucker right now. Yeah.
Look at Poinsettia. He checking in, man. Whoop.
Yeah, you feel me, man? And you know, I could go on and talk to you for forever about shit, but it's just crazy. Another thing is just to see where Atlanta is now as a whole, and just to when you guys came up, because y'all was the first ones to do it. I mean, I know it was different, you know, the stuff, the bass stuff that So Def was doing and earlier on and stuff like that, but it just like that was my introduction really to Atlanta was y'all, man, and just you know where y'all city is now to what it is back then. Do it still have the same feel? Like so, like with LA, it's like you know, it's different now. It ain't nobody hanging out on Crenshaw on a Sunday like that. It ain't like a gang of lowriders out there like that. I mean, is it like how you was talking about national? Has it changed? You know, 2020 to let's go back 95. Of course, it's changed, but the overall feel, like, how do it feel to you?
Yeah, it's definitely changed somewhat. You know what I mean? But a lot of things are still the same. You know what I mean? I gotta coming from where I'm living. You know what I mean? I gotta cut through Old National to even get to the expressway. You know what I mean? So I cut through that damn near every other day. Um, and no, a lot of it is still the same, man. You know, it's really no love lost. You know what I mean? But the things that have changed. You know what I mean? You know, we aware of the different elements. Like, let's say I'll be straight and say that's all. It's this Old National is damn near like all Crip territory now. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, hey.
Yeah. Hey, that's
But
what it is. Yeah.
but we still go through there. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
still love, and it's still diplomatic community. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
You know, it's not a secret, man, that we built the city, man. So like all I ever expect is respect. You know what I mean? Like, and I give it right back in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we keep it moving. You know what I mean? But the young boys, you know, I will say, a lot of the young generation, they go for everywhere, man. It's, you know, like Atlanta is no exemption, but you know, a lot of the young boys, they definitely playing for keeps. So like, definitely
Yeah.
keep your head on the swivel. You know what I mean?
That part, man.
And but other than that, man, yeah. No, somebody said it wasn't no gangs back in the day. Nah, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. But that's changed completely. Like every gang under the sun is in Atlanta now, from MS-13 on down.
Yeah.
You know, Vice Lords, you name it. They all here. GDs, they here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely you definitely got to know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You got to know what the program is, what it is. That's it.
All the time.
You know, and so it don't them rules don't apply, man. If you a square, you a civilian, then you know what I mean. Like it don't matter much. You keep on going about your civilian life.
Real talk.
But when you a G, you can't help but see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So you know.
That part. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, CeeLo, man, this was a legendary moment right here, homie. I feel
Yo,
like
bro, let's tell. Yo, Worthy. We got music coming, bro. Let them
oh
know,
yeah,
man. Like,
they don't even know.
We was talking about. Oh, they said low good on Old National. Yeah, you fucking right. I'm good on Old National.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we got a couple of records in the can. You know what I mean?
Hard ones.
You know,
Hard ones.
and I'm looking to let people hear what we got going on, man. Sometime real soon. And
Definitely.
yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much on that, man. We got to make sure the
We,
music
we,
speaks for itself.
that part, man. We gonna let the world hear that very soon, man. And man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. This was the first episode of Hood Tales. Man, shouts out to you, man. I appreciate you sitting here with me and chopping it up. Chopping it up with the streets, because you know that's who's in this motherfucker right now. And
I
I
see the
hope
OG
everybody
cut.
enjoyed it.
The
Go
OG
ahead.
Cuddy Mac. I got to shout out Cuddy Mac, man. OG Cuddy Mac, Big Louis
Come
car.
on. Come on.
Yeah, I see him.
Come
Yeah.
on. Come on.
Yo, how y'all doing out there in the West, bro? How y'all
Every,
living out there? Y'all good?
everything good, you know what I'm saying? But they got this shit on lockdown, so it'll open up. I know they opened it up in Georgia, but like me and you talked about it, just because shit opened up don't mean a motherfucker should just go run out there and you know what I'm saying? Just you feel me? Because this shit, it's like motherfuckers start thinking, oh, they see the light at the end of the tunnel, but what light do you see? We don't got no vaccine. Ain't shit changed.
Right.
Nothing has changed. Why don't you know what I'm saying? So cases are still popping up every day. So
That's
I'm in the
right.
motherfucking house, man. I'm just chilling, dog. And I'm work on this music. I'm work on getting this shit together and just keep creating, and it's been beautiful for that.
Nah, for sure, man. Yeah, we definitely been using it as an opportunity to refocus. You know what I mean? Like reset, regroup. You know what I mean? And record. Can you dig it? You know what I mean? So we've been really productive, man, working on new Goodie Mob material. I'm working on new Gnarls broccoli right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good shit coming. And for all the real ones out there, man, like, it's more rap shit coming. I hear that a lot, man. Like, like niggas be wanting me to rhyme, Jay. They be
And
wanting
you
me to
got,
rhyme, man.
hey, come on, and I've been sending you them old school classic samples. I know the world gonna be excited to hear you on that type of shit, man.
Yeah, we still got it, man. I ain't lost nothing.
Nothing,
I ain't lost nothing, man. So
nothing.
I'm having fun. I've been in that bag, here recently. So it's been a real good energy. You know what I mean? Make me feel young. You know what I mean? So out here with my son. You know what I mean? Like shout out to Kingston, aka Poinsettia. You know what I mean? He been rocking with me for the last couple of months. We've been quarantined, so getting a lot of work done. You know what I'm saying? Like getting healthy, eating better. You know what I'm saying? Exercising, working out. Getting ready for wartime. You know what I mean?
That part, that part. You feel me? We
Yeah.
still militant over here, still program going on. So yeah, man, I feel you on that, man. Real shit, real
So,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
What else
And
you want to touch on?
man, but it don't matter, man. It's so much to touch on, but shit. I mean, that was great, man. I was really excited to hear about the whole come up. I'm excited to hear the new music. It's a whole lot of shit, man. It's a whole lot. This year gonna be. I'm excited about 2020. A lot of people is upset. I'm not so much of a touring artist. I mean, because I'm fairly new to this shit still. To be honest with you, like. And going back to what you said, like back when you was at the alternative school, and I was one of them, man. I was at the park, I was hanging out. It really wasn't no shit going on for me until my music kicked off. And shouts out the homie Yams, rest in peace, ASAP Yams.
Yeah.
He the one who really pushed me to do this shit. He was like, "Nah, you tight," like, and brought me out to New York. And then that's when we first started recording everything. And then, rest in peace, the homie. If it wasn't for DJ A-Track giving me my first chance of Fool's Gold, none of this shit would really even be possible, man. And I salute to cats like Yams, A-Track, Alchemist for sure. Like that was other than that, Alchemist was the first person to reach out to me and bring me to his home and we did a project, and that's how I met Griselda. Westside Gun and Conway brought me on my first tour, and that was their first tour ever too. So that whole
Yeah,
come up was crazy, and this is all very new to me. So I really transitioned from like being at the park and hanging out and not really like, you know what I'm saying? It was like it was all new to me, but it came fast, and I had to learn it quick, and I had to, and certain homies started transition and change, but I commend my homies for being supportive in my decision to do what I'm doing and push this as a career, because at the end of the day, man, it's all about, I'm a community dude, like I like to bring opportunities back to the hood. I like to have everybody involved, and it's like, if I could show you that I can do it and you could do it too, and it just ain't rap. Now homies is in the hood is picking up cameras. I got little homies that's active as fuck, but they photographers now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They shoot their own videos. I got homies that's active like a motherfucker. Shouts out to my homie Jay West. He started managing artists in the hood, little homies that's rapping. So I just see it all coming together, man. And I like I said, once again, I want to thank Yams for putting me in that direction. And pushing me, because if I didn't have somebody to push me and believe, like, hey, you hard, like, you just fuck around with the homies and rap in the hood, but when you start hearing it from other people and people from a whole other coast in New York, and when somebody bring you out there and do something like that, it changed the whole thing, man. So, and I'm sure that was like you too, like, like you was mentioning a couple of your big homies that was very supportive and helped y'all and doing shit like that. I mean, those things are very, I don't know what the word I want to use, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I got
Yeah, what
you.
happened to my,
And we was talking about
how my shit just start doing that? Does my shit look purple?
yes, it looked like some fuzzy shit.
God damn, hold on. All right, there we go. I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we was talking on the phone, and we was just kind of, bonding over different, music and shit that we like, man, like, hip hop, you know what I mean? And yeah, you mentioned Griselda, man. Shouts out to Griselda, man. Like that's like my favorite shit right now. You know what I mean?
Fire.
Shouts out to Conway the Machine, Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher, Buffalo, New York, stand up. Them niggas killing shit, man. I love them.
Killing it, man, and we gonna put something together real soon. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, you already know, man. And another thing too, man, is like when we were sending records to each other, and I remember your email. I won't say it out loud, but the fact that we both got a love for funk and the oldies, I think that's something to be said too, man, because it's like y'all music was so funky and so soulful, and I that definitely has influenced my music, you know what I'm saying? So
Man, you already know, man. Like, Godfather George Clinton, man, had came to us, on a few occasions, and we just kind of ended up becoming extended family, man. Like, like I'm a son of the P. You know what I mean? So, like
wow.
we got christened in that way by him. As
Wow.
Dungeon family, he really felt like we was the young Parliament Funkadelic, because, we came with the philosophy, the fundamental, you know what I mean, like funk and groove, and instinct, but also the fashion statement. You know what I mean? So if anybody ever wanted to know why I got the audacity to do certain things, all in the name of art, you know what I mean? Like, it come from those type of cosigns and christenings. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, like, if Godfather say I can do it, I can do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And plus, I always knew we had the nuts to back it up, whatever we wanted to do. So, like, it was really like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, cause I know, like, Parliament, like, you seen how they George and them was coming out with the crazy outfits, and you right. I think back and I look at y'all and I look at Outkast, and just the whole shit was definitely on some like new age parliament shit. You know what I mean?
That's what it was about. That's what it was about. You know what I mean? Like, let's say when Dre used the influence, he took the influence, like sonically. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we took it, a step further and actually made it physical and fashionable. You know what I mean? Because that's the other, that's that extra mile to state, you know what I mean, like, and distinguish yourself. You know what I mean? Like, to say, hey, not only am I gonna say I'm exceptional, you're gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like, but it takes bravery, it take courage to do anything that's not, of the norm, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Or for the first time, or as an individual. Like, it takes bravery to just be yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, so it's definitely, it was always a statement of self. You know what I mean? Like, self, and a journey of self-discovery and all of that. You know what I mean? So, I never felt like I had to mean mug, 24 hours, like, to give nobody no disclaimer of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how a lot of cats feel like you gotta, be a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, nah, man, like, this is art. I mean, like, use it as an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, use it as an excuse, use it as a reason. You know what I mean? Use it as an adventure. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely, man. Definitely.
That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? And if you ever sit and talk to George or Bootsy, any of them, the icons, man, like, they all real niggas, man. I mean, like, like them, me knowing Prince personally, I got a chance to sit and talk with him. You know what I mean? And build with him. So, like, his understanding of industry and technology, all of the foresight that he had. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
You might not be able to tell, or maybe that was the way to throw him off his trail in some regard. But shit, he was a real militant for real.
Right.
And Michael Jackson, they militants, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing shit, homie. Like, not a lot of people got to, like, really chop it up with them on a personal level, man. And that right there is some real shit. It can only come from you. A lot of people don't know that. So,
and people got to know too, man. One of my greatest motivations was that the G's really was able to still see their reflection in me. You know what I'm saying? Because it had a great deal to do with being from the cloth, but taking it to the furthest. You know what I mean? Like, taking that shit to the ends of the earth. You know what I mean? Like, well, any of the homies could feel like, to abolish any of those limitations, or anything that they felt like, wasn't possible. You know what I mean? You feel me? Because I had always felt like the anger, that would, encourage me to get active. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, I could use it. You know what I mean? Like, I could repurpose it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I just feel like sometimes, even with the G's on a psychological level, it's just those individuals lacking that creative outlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no place to put the energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no constructive outlet to put the energy. So, like, mine was frenetic. So that's why, like, it took me so far. Like, imagine what I was able to do there. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that negative and going in the opposite direction. Like,
it's a whole other thing. You know what I mean? You took it. I always tell people that too. It's like, whatever you do, I'm sure when you was in the streets, you took that to the fullest. So it's the same thing with me. We don't do shit half-assed. When we get into something, we go all the way with it. You know what I mean? And you took that energy that could have went, all right, I'm gonna go do that with gangbanging and in the streets, but you was like, hold on, let me focus that energy into this, and it just goes to show, because it went motherfucking from Goodie Mob to Naros to the Voice to, you feel me? Yeah, that energy, the same energy that you could have put into this, you put into that, and look where it's at. And I feel the same way because I just took that energy and put it into my creative side, and that.
Yeah,
You know, that was beneficial, and then actually benefits the whole neighborhood for me being positive. You know what I'm saying? The same with yours, you know, because
yeah,
you
no
set an
doubt.
example.
No doubt, man. That's why, like, sometimes it's necessary to kind of, make an honorable mention, like toward the past and the humble beginnings, man, of where we all coming from. Cause like sometimes motherfuckers think you just fell out the sky. You know what I mean? But like I learned how to sing, man, like out of pain. You know what I mean? Like out of anguish. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You know,
yes.
out of need, out of want to be understood, to be felt, to be heard. You know what I mean? So, a lot come along with that, man. Ain't nothing soft about what I do.
At all, at all, at all,
But enough of
man.
that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that we linking up though, King. I mean, like,
I'm, I am, I am real shit. I'm real happy about this. I think this is great. I think this is great for the people, for the streets. You know, like I said, this has been the first episode. This is new to me. You know what I'm saying? But this just like I said, a conversation. Fuck that we on IG Live. This is how me and you chop it up on the phone and just chop game and talk shit
yeah, no
between
doubt.
real niggas. You feel me? So
Absolutely.
yeah, man. Well,
Absolutely. What's up with you?
yeah.
What you gonna do with the rest of the day, man?
Man, I don't know, man. I might, you know what I'm saying? I might get on my little push-ups and shit like that, and then you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go to the studio, probably lay some shit, man. I'm, nothing too crazy, but I'm chilling, man.
So how they got y'all moving around now? Y'all is it like so you could go to a studio, but you got to be like back by a certain time or what? What's up with that?
No, there's no like curfew or anything like that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah,
heard
yeah,
something
yeah.
about them extending it or something like that out there for y'all.
I don't know. I haven't. I'm not even hip to that yet. Nah.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong too, because I
Cause
was just like, damn.
the homie's been outside.
Okay, say
every
no
night they
more.
done turned Avalon into the new Crenshaw. But yeah, man. But I got I don't have the best health. I got asthma. I got a little bit of diabetes and all that. So I don't play with this shit. You know what I mean? So
No, I
I'm not.
feel you.
I'm doing my part by staying in. And that's
I
that's
got asthma. I got asthma too, but I think I talked to you about that.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
So
we have to be very careful.
you gotta keep that albuterol pump, man. You know.
One of y'all motherfuckers get me or CeeLo sick, we tracing it back and we coming for y'all.
All right. But look, it's crazy though, because I put up a post the other day and I was just like, yo, just trying to urge people to stop smoking. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
maybe not your weeds, but I saw